President Pavel holds Atlanticist and pro-Western views and advocates active Czech membership in the European Union and NATO. President Pavel supported Ukraine during the 2022 Russian invasion, which he described as a war against system of international relations, calling for military and humanitarian aid. Let's bring in Mr. David Ulver, former Czech Republic UN Youth Delegate, Dentos, the largest law firm, as the advisor to the Deputy Minister of Justice of Czech Republic in legislative matters. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Hello to all the listeners and the viewers. I'm happy to be here.
Let's start the Global Affairs Insider. What is the foreign policy of President Pavel under his leadership?
President Pavel has the experience with leading NATO and also other international institutions. So his very big advantage in comparison to many other Czech politics is that he has really experience with international matters, which makes him a strong negotiator as for his contacts and also for his experience. I personally believe that his foreign policy is pro-European and also against the war in Ukraine, meaning supporting Ukraine and being against the Russian invader. So that's the policy of Mr. Pavel.
President Pavel became the NATO chair as the current president of Czechia. How will it contribute to Ukraine's political stability against Russia?
Well, I think that is very important that the Czech Republic is one of the biggest supporters of Ukraine concerning the war in Ukraine, as Ukraine is being invaded by Russia. So Mr. Pavel is part of this strong support of Czech Republic, also with the Prime Minister Fiala and Ministry of Defense, Ms. Chernochová. So they are all supporting Ukraine very strongly. They are supporting Ukraine alongside with Poland or the United States or Great Britain. So we are one of the most biggest participants and supporters. We have also accepted many of Ukrainian migrants. We have accepted the highest number of Ukrainian migrants per capita. So we are trying to help the most we can, and President Pavel does that. As he has the previous experience, I think he's very realistic concerning the conflict, and sometimes he has been criticized on the international field that he's maybe too much realistic, that he does not always say, oh, Ukraine will win, everything will go smoothly. He once said that if Ukrainians won't win until Christmas, it will be very complicated after then. And everybody was a bit angered with this statement. But however, as a previous military general and also a leader of NATO, he's aware of the potential risks and complications. So maybe sometimes he's too realistic, which can be counterproductive in a way. But I personally believe that he's doing a great job.
President Pavel said before that I know what war is, and I certainly don't wish it on anyone. As a Czech national, what does this mean to you?
Well, that's a statement made by Mr. Pavel, which I completely agree with. Of course, I don't wish war to anyone else as well. But unfortunately, if you have an invader or an aggressor, you have to protect yourself. So what Mr. Pavel wanted to say is that war is a horrible thing, and let's hope we won't have any war in the future, and this war will stop as soon as it could, but while protecting the integrity of Ukraine.
How strategic is President Pavel to the current situation in Ukraine?
Oh, well, I think how strategic. Like, the thing is that, of course, during all these European summits, he can bring in his military opinion as well. But that's maybe his plus and his advantage, that he really understands the problematics of the conflict. So I think during all these negotiations, he can be very useful. And I'm personally very happy that we have Mr. Pavel as our president during this conflict.
What can we look forward to the security and military policy of President Pavel in the years to come?
Oh, well, I think Mr. Pavel and now also the government feels that it is important to continue with the modernization of the Czech army, and but also the problematics is that it is important to continue with the modernization, but also the economic situation is not very good. So I think the upcoming years will be finding balance between the expenditures and expenses on army and also a very healthy economic budget. So his presidency will probably strive to find this balance.
Mr. David Ulver, former Czech Republic UN Youth Delegate, Dentos, the largest law firm, as the advisor to the Deputy Minister of Justice of Czech Republic in legislative matters. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
This is Dr. Rayron Del Rosario. That's the Global Affairs Insider. Follow us to our next episode only here in IPDCI News Channel.